Okay, so I'm just gonna... Alright, so... Alright, so... We want this in Jurassic World Evolution 2. We want this, right? Here's the thing with that. I don't really know how we can, successfully accomplish this. So, except I have an idea. It's a great idea. Not to toot my own horn, but yeah, I actually really like this idea. So basically, say you place down your lagoon and it's nice, you got your water in it. This is how the normal game works, right? You got your lagoon and you have your water in it. I don't need color. And the thing is, it takes like about a minute per lagoon section, and that's how it works in Jurassic World Evolution 2. I give this idea that when you first place it, it's empty, right? And you have to connect it with some sort of tube that goes out into the mainland. And this is how you get your water into the lagoon, right? And this can either or placing the tube that connects the water and filling up the tank, or digging it out itself. Either or could take a long time, and one of them can take a short time, or both of them can take an even amount of time. It doesn't matter. That is how you can have your lagoons have more to them. And say this is your map, right? Say you have a square map and you have your lagoon right here, and you connect the pipe out to the mainland, right? If a storm happens and comes crashing into your park, here, storm, let's say it breaks the gate here. And the gate, here, let's make it more obvious. It breaks the gate, right? And that gate is, well, it's not broken, so it's open. Let's say it opens, like it's a Five Nights at Freddy's where it breaks and it stays open instead of stays closed. So let's say this is your lagoon gate. It should be big enough to allow a megalodon to go through it and escape into the mainland. Tube, right? And for example, let's say, obviously, you send out an expedition team to find the animal. For this case, let's say a megalodon. So let's say this is North America, and so this is North America. Whoopsies. Oh. That's North America, right? And you find your megalodon right here. And the only way you can find it is if you get an alert that says like fishing area closed due to sea monster sightings, or surfer mortally wounded, or surfer eaten alive, or beach closed, or national fishing zone closed. And they can depend on how difficult it is to get the animal back, depending on what animal. So a megalodon, it'll be much easier to find, say like 50% chance of actually finding it, or no, that's way too small. It's a 90% chance of finding it, but let's say it's a 50% chance of catching it. Now this is if your scientist rating, assuming Jurassic World Evolution 3 has scientists, this is assuming if your scientist rating only meets the, let's say, 5 out of 5 requirement, then that's what it is. But let's say you do 10 out of 5 because your scientists are super good, then you'll always find it and you'll always catch it. Say it's 200% to get 100%, right? And this makes lagoons much more interesting to at least escaped animals. Another way we can make lagoons interesting is the best scene in Jurassic World is where the Indominus Rex breaks a part of the lagoon, and the silly guy jumps out, right? The silly mosasaur jumps out. This is the worst drawing I've ever done. Mosasaurus jumps out and eats the Indominus, right? Let's make it more obvious that this is the Indominus Rex. It jumps out and it eats the Indominus, right? This is the best scene in Jurassic World. I stand by that. Let's say, for example, if something happens like a storm or a dinosaur fight, or the animal in the lagoon itself breaks this, it can potentially eat guests if it's a smaller animal, like say Liopleurodon, Kronosaurus, Styxosaurus. They can all eat people. Mosasaurus will do the worst dent and eat your Indominus Rex, eat your Spinosaurus, eat your sauropods maybe. Maybe sauropods can be for Megalodon, and large carnivores can be for Mosasaur, just for example. And it'll have unique animation for the Indominus Rex, and the Megalodon can have one for T-Rex referencing the Meg. And the last idea that I have, let's say on the water, and you have your Pteranodon, and she is flying. That's huge wings, but you know, they did have big wings. So your Pteranodon is flying. And then out of nowhere, your Shonisaurus comes up and decides, let's get a little snackies, you know? Let's snack on this. I think that the fact that marine reptiles don't eat pterosaurs is a scam, and I think that we should fix that in Jurassic World Evolution 3. Anyways, this is first of many wish lists I will make for Jurassic World Evolution 3. These are very low effort because I don't care. I don't do outros. Thank you.